This game is played by adults, going over adult content. You've been warned. Welcome to Yes Please, the D&D podcast companion to Check Please. This series of podcasts take place in between the episodes of the main Check Please series and go into more detail and depth about specific people and events. This episode takes place in canon sometime in the middle of the events of episode 63.
So, where did Soul leave off for my benefit?
So we're traveling to Glarv?
Mm-hmm. Well, you think you are traveling to Glarv.
Today, I need to talk to some important people in my life.
Yeah. So in that case, you fold yourself so where you can go, you fold another version of yourself off somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Because, there's people that need talking to and not enough time to do it. So where would you like to follow? What string are you going to go after?
Okay. I guess I'm going to go home.
All right. Well,
I don't even need to follow a string to do that, almost.
Almost, yeah. There's a bright cord holding you and Grow together.
Aw.
You follow that one. So you follow the bright string that connects you and Grow together. And it leads you across the continent, over to the Emerald Forest, up the cliff of Presidium, to the estate house sitting on top of it. You find yourself in Grow's room, in his workshop. He is currently sitting on kind of one of those loungy couches. He's got a leg up. I think they call them chaise lounges. He's got
yeah, something like that.
He's got his leg up on it, and he is currently reading a book. So, he's got one leg on the floor, one leg up on the lounge. He's leaning back on the lounge, and he's got a book propped up against his knee.
This is in his room?
Yeah, this is in his room.
He put a couch in here. Nice. So, I think Soul's just kind of gonna quietly walk over to the bed and sit down and watch him for a couple of minutes and see if he notices them.
Okay. He does not.
Okay.
He just kind of sits there and, he'll, every minute or so, he'll flip a page.
I'm gonna talk in his mind then first.
Okay.
Grow?
He looks up suddenly. Soul, it's been a while.
I know.
Is everything alright?
Of course. I just missed you, and, well, we haven't really talked since I sent you home. So I want to make sure you were okay.
Well, your mom was not exactly the happiest after what went down.
And instead of in his mind, they say it out loud, I can imagine.
He kind of turns to follow the sound. Oh.
Surprise!
Well, it's good to know that you're still able to get here, huh?
Yeah,
I was
pretty easily, thanks to you.
Sort of worried that your mom would have blocked you out of here.
Yeah, I'm actually planning on talking to her today.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I can easily escape.
I haven't mentioned to her what went down with you, so
Thank you.
I
appreciate that, girl.
If you do have to, zoom out of here, it's just going to raise questions.
Well, I'm hoping after she finishes yelling at me, she can understand after I tell her I'm taking on the protectorship.
That might go a long way, actually. She's been, having a bit of a breakdown might be an understatement. She's fired most of the servants, and she's not really spending much time out of her room anymore.
I see. Well, I'm here to fix some things. I did something wrong, and I'm here to own up to it.
You're actually here, though, right?
Soul smiles and just sees if he's gonna try. It's a bit of a smirk.
A smile spreads across his face. You're actually here then, huh?
Soul just holds their arms out.
He's going to walk over, and he is going to pick you up from the bed into a hug.
Oh. Just hug him back, tight squeeze. If you pick me up, I guess I'll wrap my legs around him too.
Aw. He nuzzles in and just holds you for a pretty decent moment.
I missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too. It's been a little while. I gotta say, I've been thinking about you a lot, and it's been interesting dealing with the fallout of what happened.
Soul, still attached to him, pretty much just kind of leans back and looks at him, kisses him on the cheek, and then leans back again. This is my fault, Grow. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. This is a situation that none of us could have ever predicted, okay? You can't blame yourself for this.
portion is my fault.
Look, you were stressed. That's obvious. I mean, look, you had a lot of things going on. You were worried your mom was lying to you. I mean, these things make sense. I get it. You don't have to feel bad about this.
Did I ever tell you how amazing you are?
Not nearly enough.
You're so fucking amazing, I love you.
He's gonna give you a kiss on the cheek, and just continue holding you tightly. Are you sure you have to go and talk to your mother? You can't just stay here for another 100 years or so?
Another 100 years can be after.
Okay. I look forward to it.
I love you, girl.
I love you, Soul.
There's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. I was gonna try and talk to our kids today.
Oh, that's something you want to try, huh?
Yeah, I do.
He's gonna set you down on the bed, and he's gonna sit down next to you. Huh, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder, do you think they can actually communicate back with you?
I'm not sure yet, but maybe me just talking and telling them what's happening, maybe that'll set them up for something better eventually.
I can't even imagine what that must be like.
What part?
Just all of it, I guess. I wonder if they'll be as handsome as their father.
Oh, I'm sure they will be. I gotta actually figure out what they are, per se, if they, have a choice in what they want as their sex yet or not. I don't know. I don't even know their personalities yet. I don't even know if they have that until, way later, even. I don't even know how this works.
Yeah, me either. This is not exactly something people have written about. So, this is all kind of uncharted territory.
Will you just hold me while I try to communicate to them?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. He gets up onto the bed, and he lays down, and he pulls you into kind of a spooning, to where he's kind of got you pulled in close to him. And he lays your head down softly on the pillow, and he kind of brushes the hair out of your face, and he tells you that he'll hold you here for as long as you need.
Thank you, girl.
Alright, so we'll concentrate almost in a meditative state, and they'll, in a way, go inside themselves to talk to their incubating ex.
Sure.
So I don't even know what to call it.
Exactly. So you close your eyes, and you start to sort of trance out like you would normally do when you would meditate, right? You sort of go into yourself, and you sort of begin to see your memories like you would normally if you were just resting. But you go deeper than that, and you can see sort of the infinity that has become your inner self at this point. Like I've described before as this weird fractal sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're almost like a crystalline structure. Yourself is some sort of three-dimensional crystalline being that's ever shifting and rotating. It's very interesting. And you kind of become introspective, and you're looking inward at yourself, and there are these 2 points of brilliant light that exist within yourself. And you're pretty sure that those are your unborn children.
Okay.
They both glow with a brilliant white light.
Can you hear me?
The 2 points of white light, before they were sort of moving around your form, because like I said, your fractal form is constantly sort of shifting and rotating around itself. The 2 dots of light were also moving around and rotating with the rest of you, and they sort of stop doing so, and they stay still.
Don't be afraid. I suppose I'm your parent. Are you able to communicate?
It's hard to describe because they're already inside you, so they can't get closer to you than they already are. But you feel as if they have moved closer to you somehow.
In a weird metaphysical kind of way.
In a weird metaphysical kind of way. You feel as if you've somehow gotten their attention.
Well, it's very nice to meet you two. I wanted you both to know, even though you're not born yet, that I love you both so much. I don't know if you'll ever understand how much.
The 2 points of light, you're not sure, but it looks like they glow a little bit brighter than they did before. And you notice something else.
Okay.
A little string comes from them to you. A little strand.
From them to me?
A little golden cord forms.
Gold?
Yeah, a string.
Oh, okay.
One that
I was going to
represents...
say, gold normally means gods.
Well, no, sorry, that was probably wrong. But
Although
these...
technically, one might say a parent is God in a child's eyes.
Yeah, that and your character is semi-divine at this point, so, it's not out of the question. A string, a tether appears between them and you.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to make the world a good place for you two. I know you're both are going to be so amazing. And, well, I've got a lot to tell you. Even if you can't fully speak to me, I think you should know some things. And Soul's actually going to tell the whole story, pretty much, of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think this is more of a mental thing, that if you think about it, it's more as if it's a dream where you wake up and it's only been a couple of seconds kind of thing.
Sure.
But it feels like it's been a long time.
Yeah, so you mentally project your experiences on them.
I've learned a lot from my foolishness, and I'm sure both of you will go through some hard times eventually in your lives, but that's okay. Those bad events that may seem like they suck at the time really do benefit you as you grow. So it's okay. And I'm always going to be with you, even if I'm not with you physically. You'll always have a connection to me, no matter what. Soul kind of just looks... It's almost as if they're looking off to the distance, but they're in themselves, so that doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're the only one here.
But there may be a time where we won't physically be next to each other, and I want you both to be prepared for that. Now, I also wanted to let you both know that I have names for you. It's your choice to keep them or not, of course, but one of you is going to be named Soluna. It's tradition to keep the name Soul within the family. And then, for my other child, you are Marculus. You're named after one of my close friends and once love. You're both very important to me. Thank you for being in my life.
You get a strange sense from them. It's almost like a word that they're both speaking in unison, but it's also a whisper.
Okay.
It's not even really a word, it's a concept.
Okay.
Love. They both project the concept of love at you.
I love you too. Both of you. I'm going to go, mentally, but I'll always be here. So, if you really want to get my attention, I think you'll figure it out. Thanks, kids. And Soul will come out of themselves, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Is Grow still holding me?
Yeah, he is. That was quick.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
So what do they like?
Light. They're not exactly fully formed. They can't talk, but they gave me love.
Well, I think that won't be in short supply. I think everyone that meets you can't help it.
I think they'll love you just as much, too.
Oh, they'll love me even more. Don't worry.
Oh, is that so?
Mm-hmm, of course.
Is this a competition now?
No, it's not a competition.
Soul will turn over and not even purposely even hit him. It's more of a very light tap because they know of their strength now.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as if it's going for a jab, but it's pretty much as if someone went and just blew air on him. That's how light it is.
He's going to lean forward and give you a soft kiss.
I love you too.
Yeah, they're going to like me more. And you should probably prepare yourself for that anyway.
Why would they like you more than me? I'm great.
Yeah, you are. But I mean, come on. He just gives you a knowing look.
You're not the one carrying them around, though.
I mean, it's true, but I don't even know how...
I have fun with them. I mean, how can you compete with that?
No, don't worry.
You are such a brat.
Hey, they're gonna pop out, and one day, whenever they're done doing whatever they're doing in there, and then, they're gonna meet me, and you'll always have second place. Unless they meet your dad, in which case you might move back to third place.
You put me under my dad?
Hey, I'm just saying the kids are gonna like his stories.
I have stories.
Well, I hope you didn't tell them all of your stories already.
There's just a blank face from Soul. I'm upset with you right now, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
He's gonna pull you into a hug.
No! I don't want it! No.
He gives you a light kiss on the cheek and sort of nuzzles you.
You're in trouble. You're in house arrest.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm glad you visited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm glad I did too. I really miss you. Like all the time.
I mean, I'm just chilling out here with your parents.
And a lot of books.
That is
And
true.
don't forget the staff.
Not so many of them around anymore.
What?
Yeah, your mom kind of fired almost all of them.
What?
Yeah, she got rid of most of the servants.
How? Is the upstairs just completely dirty now or something?
Probably. I haven't really left this part of the house in a while.
Are you grounded to a side of the house, too?
I would prefer to not push it by even asking.
That's it. I'm solving this today.
Okay. If you think so.
I do. Sol kisses him on the cheek and starts to get up.
He takes a breath and gets out of bed as well.
I'll say goodbye before I leave the area, okay?
Yeah, alright. I guess I'll just stay here then.
Probably safe.
Yeah, good luck, right?
I don't need luck. I'm pretty awesome. Actually, I do need luck. I'm lying. I'm kind of scared. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah, I got this. I can calmly talk to my mom like an adult.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah, exactly.
If you hear yelling or crashing noises, I'm okay until I start screaming.
Alright.
Alright, I love you. Bye-bye. So he eats out of the room.
Alright. Gro's going to lay back down on the bed and kind of take a long breath. You close the door and head down the hall to the middle of the house.
I'm gonna be invisible.
Alright. You cloud yourself from vision, and you walk down into the main area of the house, and right away you can tell that the house is very silent. It's not normally this lifeless in the middle of the day.
It's so weird, because practically there were at least 20 people who lived in the estate with us.
Yeah, now there's not. It's quiet, and it's silent, and it's still. Very, very strange.
So I think Sol will get to the middle of the house. Since I can see my strings, where exactly can I see my mom?
Your mom is in her room.
Alright. I'm gonna try to kind of lure her out here by singing.
You want to sing a song?
Yeah, I'm gonna sing a song in the foyer. One of the most echoey rooms.
Okay, and what kind of song do you want to sing? Ooh, I hope it's a sea shanty.
I don't think right now is an appropriate time for a sea shanty.
Excuse me?
I think it's more a somber, almost Celtic kind of sounding song.
Not the time for a sea shanty. These words don't make sense. It's always time for
you know.
It's always time for a sea shanty.
I disagree.
Oh.
Let's see. That is a 31 for my sing check.
Okay. You begin to sing a somber song, one that epitomizes sadness and regret. And it is heartbreakingly beautiful. If there was an audience to hear you, they would be weeping right now.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check, please.
That would be a 34. Man, I missed these rolls.
You can hear the door open to your mother's room.
Sol's gonna keep singing, but kind of make it a little quieter.
Mm-hmm. With a perception check that high, you can hear the footsteps of someone approaching.
I think the closer and closer it gets, the quieter and quieter Sol will get until they pretty much finish their song out.
Okay. You said you're in the grand foyer?
Yes.
Alright, so from the top of the massive staircase around the sides of the grand foyer, you see standing there is Solicity.
I'll do a slow reveal of me not being invisible anymore. Just looking up at her.
You have some nerve coming back here. Unannounced.
Do you want me to send a letter before I came?
Any kind of communication. Something. You haven't been... It's like you don't even care.
I do, but I understand your perception of that. I haven't been doing any of this right, and I agree. That's on me. I've made mistakes, and I'm sorry.
Yes, my dear, you have made mistakes.
I want you to understand that I still plan on taking the protectorship.
Make a sense motive? Or sorry, no, we'll do another perception. It's not quite sense motive yet.
That's a 32.
She looks as if a weight has been lifted from her. She seems to relax a bit, and her bearing becomes more neutral toward you instead of where it was, which was semi-hostile. She now has a neutral stance.
I've come to ask for your forgiveness.
Sol, dear, do you remember what you did when you were here last?
I do. Most people would consider that unforgivable, and I understand if you do.
You are my child. You are my own flesh. And you turned on me.
I had been told something that I was worried about, and I was stressed, and I made a bad decision, and it wasn't to harm you. I hope you understand that. I was just frustrated and wanted the truth because I felt as though you were keeping something from me, and I made a bad decision that was terrible and rude, and I'm sorry.
Come here.
Soul will start walking up the grand staircase. Just the steps echoing with each foot down on a step.
And she watches you the whole time in silence.
The Soul, oddly enough, feels really calm, however. I don't know if it's because they have all this power, so they're not really afraid of anyone hurting them anymore. Not physically, at least. And they kind of have an inward thinking of just, wow, I'm okay. This is okay. I'm not afraid anymore. And Soul gets to the top of the stair and just looks at their mom.
She looks at you, and you look at her closely now for the first time, and you can see that she just looks tired. Up close, you can see the fatigue lines on her face. You get the sense that she hasn't been resting recently.
Soul will take a hesitant but still a step forward.
She looks you up and down. You know, I don't entirely approve of your lifestyle choices with your friends, your adventuring. It's put a lot of ideas in your head that I'm worried about. I should have never allowed it to happen in the first place, but it's too late to change it now. I want you to enjoy the next 2 weeks, right?
I will.
Just get back here before the 20th. You have a wedding to attend, after all.
I promise. Mom.
What is it?
I love you very, very much, and the world put us both in positions that I don't think either of us were 100% grateful for, and probably caused us to bicker more than any other mother and child would. But I'm still glad you're my mom.
I can't think of a more headstrong, independent person in this entire town. I'm glad you're mine.
Soul will just take a couple steps forward and just hold their mom.
She puts an arm around you, and you get the feeling that she's probably lost some weight recently. Like the fatigue is draining her somewhat, and she's kind of shaking slightly.
Mom, when was the last time you ate a good meal?
I'll be fine.
You need to take care of yourself.
Eating plenty, alright?
You've lost weight, Mom. You also look really tired. When was the last time you meditated or even slept?
It's been a little while. It's nothing that I can't handle.
Mom, you're the protector. You need to, keep up your strength.
Don't worry. Strength is not an area that I'm lacking in.
And you need to just take care of yourself so at least mentally you're okay.
I'll have plenty of time to take care of myself in 2 weeks. Alright?
Alright.
I intend to have a nice long vacation.
Can I do a sense motive?
Yeah, you can.
39.
You get the feeling that she may be stretching the truth slightly. Put it that way.
And how would you go on a vacation?
Oh, I haven't put that much thought into it. I've got a lot of other things on my mind.
Mom, it's okay to tell me the truth. I'm still going to take on the protectorship.
I understand. I do. But it's tradition. This conversation takes place after the transference. Alright?
Okay. I understand.
Just please trust me.
I will.
When you say that you trust her, she gets, finally, a small smile on her face. Well, I think I may lie down for a bit then.
Do you need me to carry you?
Oh, please.
Soul starts flexing.
She gives you a dismissive wave and turns and starts to walk toward her room.
Soul follows for a little bit. You should probably allow the staff to come back in.
I'll send out messages tomorrow.
Okay. Is there anything I can do while I'm home for today?
Look, you have 2 weeks until your wedding. And I know that your heart belongs out there as much. You've told me such yourself. So just take the time and spend it out there, okay? We'll have time to talk after the ceremony.
Okay, I will. I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Sweet dreams.
She gives you a nod and turns and walks into her grand bedroom, closes the door.
Soul will just teleport themselves into Crow's room.
Use your fell magics.
I will. I have so much of it.
You rend your way through reality. Alright.
Deal with it, bitch.
Alright. You pop into existence next to Grow's bed. Grow is laying there, hands folded behind his head, as he lays in bed and stares at the ceiling. He's moving his feet back and forth, just sort of bored. As soon as you appear in the room, he looks over at you. Well, getting a lot accomplished today. Quickly, too. Yeah. You already had your conversation with your mother? I mean, I didn't hear the house explode, so I guess things went okay.
The staff should be coming soon, too.
Oh, good. I was really not looking forward to bathing myself.
You used to bathe yourself before.
Well, that was before I had a whole team of nubile young elven girls to bathe me.
Soul's expression changes. It's not angry, but it's different. I don't know if Soul's ever looked at Girl this way before.
He's got a shit-eating grin on his face. You know I'm joking, right?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, you've never said something like that before.
Well, the opportunity hadn't really arisen before, but look, Soul, come here.
Soul comes closer.
He'll kind of sit up into a crisscross applesauce position.
Because that's the only way to do it.
Well, not... there are other acceptable ways to sit, but they're on their way out.
Jesus, I don't know what this means every time you say it.
Groot pats the bed beside him.
Soul kind of almost looks like they float down to a sitting position on it.
Soul.
Yeah?
You know very well I only have eyes for you.
I mean, it's fine if you did for other people.
Nah. Seen other people? Not interested. I want you to know that I only have eyes for you. You know that.
Well, I do. But at the same time, I want you to understand that if that ever changed, that would also be okay. Because I still love you.
Well, that's good to know. But I haven't really met anyone else that even comes as close to sparking something. You're my perfect match. I don't know what else to say.
Soul leaned forward to kiss him.
He'll accept the kiss, happily. I mean, I wonder how things are going to be after you inherit the protectorship. I imagine things will calm down around here. It might actually become somewhat boring.
Boring day with you and me? Now that doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Sounds impossible, doesn't it?
It does. Especially if other troublemakers decide they want to live here.
Well, yeah. I imagine your other friends will want to come here as well.
Probably. But perhaps it's a new era for our village and our world.
One can hope. I'm sure that you'll save everyone. That's what you do.
I think that's been my calling.
You may not think you're a hero, but you're certainly my hero.
And you're mine.
Oh, please. All I do is read books.
Fine, I'll take it back. Never mind.
Oh, okay, good. I don't need the praise anyway. I'm happy to do what I do out of pure love.
And I hope you understand that I love you so much. Unconditionally. And I trust you.
Oh, good. You and me are a team.
Great. Really glad I've finally gotten used to telling you everything. Can't believe I used to think I had to protect you.
I mean, you do have to protect me. I mean, it's part of your job.
Well, I mean, information-wise.
You are going to be the protector, after all.
Yes, I know.
Well, yeah, it's a bit silly that you thought you had to keep things from me. I mean, we're in this together. We're a team. We're partners.
I didn't want you to get hurt by what I was, or...
Oh, what? An adventurer?
No. I mean the fact that the protector doesn't just protect the village, they protect the whole world.
And you thought that would scare me away?
Not scare you away, I just thought the information would be savvy for other people to come after you to hurt me.
Oh, they would use me as leverage?
I mean, it would work.
Oh, and I would get, taken, and you would have to bust into some tall tower on the far side of the world and rescue me from the top floor.
I would do it!
And I would be tied down, and I would have to say, "Oh, Soul, you've come to rescue me."
I can't punch you, because that would really hurt you.
And you would... Ooh, and you'd have to fight all these dastardly traps and monsters on the way? But who would dare cross you?
Obviously the 8.
I see. Well, I for one am glad that you are here, and protecting the world. Could really use it.
Trying my best. I'll do a lot for this world.
I know you do.
So we'll just lean forward to be on Grove's shoulder. I'm guessing Daddy hasn't been home for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had business elsewhere or if he kind of, set foot in the house for about 5 minutes because I think anybody who was here could tell that things were not normal, so he probably decided it was a good time to visit one of his, visit another family, I guess.
There's a slight look away
with ears down for Soul. I didn't even think about that. They try not to think about it too often.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so blunt, I suppose.
No, it's okay. I think I would have been more fine if I had found out that he just had other wives or something, but for some reason the concept of him having other children really bugs me. I know that's really selfish of me.
Are you jealous of them? I mean, he doesn't even really... Until recently, I thought he didn't even really maintain contact with many of them.
Soul shrugs.
It's selfish that I even think this way.
Talk to me. How do you feel?
I feel like I wasn't good enough. And I know he traveled all over the world, and that was like his job. It makes sense, but I just didn't expect him to have other kids.
I mean, you said you'd be okay with him having other wives.
Yeah?
I mean, it's sort of a natural progression, you know?
Well, I'm not thinking about having kids with anyone else.
Well, I mean, you're already pregnant right now, so...
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not planning on doing any more than this.
I mean, do you know if you even can get pregnant again after this?
That is a very good question.
I mean...
No, I have no idea. But we have twins. That's 2 kids. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's one more than one. And that was one more than I was expecting.
I mean, you never hear about that with elves that often anyways.
It's very rare. But,
The fact that I got pregnant was pretty rare, I think.
Well, I can tell you it may sound selfish, but I'm glad that it happened the way it did.
Yeah. I hope Soul Luna doesn't resent me in the future, but I'm sure it might happen.
I mean, I think every parent and kid relationship at some point becomes tense. It's bound to happen someday.
I just don't want it to happen.
I agree, but there's some things we don't get to control in this world, so... The attitudes and affections of our children is probably one of those things.
So, even if our kids hate us, at least we have each other.
Always. Don't ever forget it.
You'll be a good dad.
Oh, I know.
It.
I'll be the best.
Would you be able to even beat my father, though? That's the question.
What are you talking about? Of course I would. Do you know how many cool toys I can make?
That is true. And you'd actually be around for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna need to hire a diplomat. Wonder if Dad will still want to do it afterwards.
Probably so.
That'll be nice.
You have big plans, I suppose?
Yeah, I need to fix a couple of systems, I think. Having people around the world to keep their ears and eyes out for me is important. But I'll be safe at home raising 2 little brats with you.
I'd have it no other way.
I think I'll probably visit Dad today at some point.
Oh, alright.
If possible.
Yeah?
Maybe reestablish the bonds with the other villages.
It'll be an interesting challenge, but I think it's not impossible. I mean, the militia came together pretty quickly, and that was from people from all across the forest.
Do we still have any contact with that?
Well, yeah.
They should come to our wedding.
Sure. I mean, I thought the wedding was going to be kind of a nice formal affair.
It will. I just want them in town, just in case any...
Oh, they're in town. They're camps right at the edge of town.
They're still here. Okay.
Well, yeah, they're training camps here.
I wasn't sure if they were still together after I messed up with Mom.
Oh, no. She didn't dissolve the militia. I think that she realizes how useful they are. She was really worried that things were going to start to collapse completely, so I guess she wanted to have them around as extra protection.
That's good. She seems very excited for 2 weeks from now.
I mean, I'll say that I am too.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be nice to finally, officially tie the knot.
I mean, we have been married for a while now.
Well, yeah, but this will be a public thing.
Yeah.
It'll be really great.
Perfect like you?
Maybe so. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, but I fully expect it to go really great. I mean, based on some of the food orders I've seen place, it should be really great.
Well, I think I should get going soon. Probably.
Yeah, sure. I'll be around here if you need to talk, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, just one thing, girl. Could you lay down a second?
Alright. He lays down on the bed.
Soul's gonna straddle him.
He looks up at you. Hi there.
Hey there.
Everything okay? He says as he runs a hand up one of your thighs.
Oh, I think so. I just really missed my husband, and, well, I don't know. Might be a little while since I come back here, so...
So you felt the need to have some time with your husband, then?
I mean, it would be nice as long as he's okay with it.
Oh, I think your husband has no major issues with such a thing happening. His hand moves further up your thigh. I think that would be nice.
Then your protector orders you to make them happy.
Oh, well, your wish is my command, oh protector.
So Soul leaned down and started to kiss him then.
Mm-hmm. And the two of them will have a wonderful, passionate little time there in the bed.
They're some good kids right there.
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud.
They love each other so fucking much. Well, after that fling's over, just stretch.
Grow is holding on to you tightly. Are you sure you have to go?
No, it's a long time from now.
You sure you couldn't stay here just a little while longer?
What do you consider a little while longer, Grow?
Maybe 2 more days?
No, I can't split my body up for that long, I think.
Excuse me?
Oh, I still have another part of me with the group.
You're with your group right now?
Yeah.
And you're here with me right now?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. He kind of leans back on his back. And I suppose you're having a conversation with them right now and, adventuring and things like that?
If I concentrate, can I see what I'm doing, pretty much?
Yeah, you're kind of existing simultaneously, so it's a weird feeling.
As long as I don't think about it, it's fine. But yeah, looks like we're just chatting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, maybe you should go. I wouldn't want you to overstress yourself.
Okay. Well, is that okay? Is that okay that I do that?
I mean, it's definitely strange. I'll put it that way.
Oh, alright.
What a weird mood change on that one.
It's one thing to have, a passionate moment, and it's another thing for you to be having a passionate moment and also be drinking an ale somewhere and cracking a joke with your friends at the same time. It sort of cheapens it, I guess.
Soul looks a little hurt.
Okay. Alright. Got it. I won't do it again.
Just, if you're going to see me, I want to see all of you. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Just me as a player, he really changed a mood on that.
I mean, it's a bit of a slap in the face.
Okay.
Be like, hey, just from my perspective thinking about it, it's like, oh, hey, here's a fraction of me. What's up? It's kind of insulting, I think.
I wouldn't see that at all. I'd be like, hell yeah, you chose to see me even though you're busy. Fuck yeah!
But it also makes it meaningless, right?
No. Every instance of being with someone you love is important, in my opinion.
Right, but if you can be with everyone at all the time, it doesn't mean anything. It's like Ish's concept of love.
I admire Ish's concept of love. No, I'm definitely on the... No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay.
I don't care if you're with everyone. It's fine. You decided to spend some time with me, and that's still nice, in my opinion. You could have chosen not to. That would have been worse. So, I'll take what I can get, is usually how I see things. It's fine, girl. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Won't do it again. Soul just kind of starts to get up and reanimates clothing on themselves.
I'm gonna get going just to talk to Daddy, okay?
Okay. Good luck out there, alright?
Thanks. I love you.
I love you too.
And Soul just go to wherever his string is.
Alright. It is to the northwest. You travel to the northwest, rapidly flying across terrain as you are following the strand that leads you to Osterus. And you end up in a wide, sprawling countryside. The land here is waking back up from a long winter. Fields are freshly turned green again, and there's new leaves growing on all the trees. There are lots of farmlands dotting the area that are freshly plowed and planted. And you see a quaint village. You get closer, and you can see Osterus in a farmhouse at the outskirts of the town. Not quite a farmhouse. As you get closer, it looks almost like it's a workshop on the edge of town.
Do I know where this is in the world?
Yeah, you've been here once before.
Where am I?
You're in Parthenae.
Oh.
I'm gonna do something real quick then.
Sure.
If I look at Alex's string, how close is that?
It's further to the north. You think he's probably...
Back in Daraham?
Yeah, he's probably up in Daraham somewhere.
Oh.
You're getting distracted already?
Oh, sorry!
Okay. Dad, I'm in Parthenae. What town? Wait, is this Rose's village?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I will land a little outside the village and walk in.
Alright. You walk into the village, and it is evening, early evening, but you go up to the workshop/home of Rose and Belle, and the door is closed, but you can tell from the strings that they're inside.
I'll knock.
Alright. You knock, and a moment later, Belle will open the door. She towers over you and kind of looks down.
Hey, stranger.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Didn't think you'd be in town? Do you...
Oh, I can do a lot of things now.
Okay. You, guess you want to see your half-sister?
Yeah, and my dad.
Huh. Alright. She gives you, like, a weird look. Yeah, come on in. She steps out of the way.
So we'll enter.
Closes the door, and you see sitting at the kitchen table is Rose and Osterus. There's a third chair that was pulled out where you think Belle was sitting but a moment ago. And there are 3 cups of tea on the table. They're still smoking, or still steaming slightly.
Hey.
Soul! Osterus will stand up from the table. Rose also stands up and gives you a confused smile. Osterus is just kind of not sure how to feel about this. He's like, is everything okay?
Yeah, am I allowed to visit my sister?
Of course you are. I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm able to go places a lot more easily nowadays.
Soul will step closer into the kitchen.
Belle says, well, we don't have any more chairs, so you can have mine.
Oh no, don't worry, Belle. I can stand.
She frowns slightly at that.
Well, actually...
Says nothing.
Soul will kind of focus for a second and kind of put themselves in a sitting position where one leg's on the ground and the other is crossed over, and just float there.
This'll do.
Rose and Belle and Osterus are all a little freaked out about that. So Rose will speak up. So, how have you been?
Oh, I've been well. All over the place. Went to Daraham, went to the Steam Isle, like, a couple of times. Emerald Forest, Ville, all over the continent. How about you? What you been up to?
Oh, well, not much. Me and Belle have just been keeping the shop open.
This isn't the first time that Dad's been here, has it?
No, this would be his 3rd visit.
Oh, good to know.
Osterus will speak up. We were just having some tea. There's some left in the kettle. Would you like some?
No, it's fine. I don't really need that anymore. I'm good.
An eyebrow will go up. Sure.
Smile.
All right.
But if I was interrupting something, I'm so sorry. I can come back another day.
No, it's fine. Osterus and Rose kind of give each other like an awkward glance and then look back at you. No, stay. Tell us how you're doing, I suppose.
Good. Pretty soon, I'm gonna be heading more eastward to Ville and feeding an enemy, I guess.
Oh, well, you're welcome to stay the night here if you need to rest before you leave.
Oh, no, I've got plenty of energy to get back eventually. I'd stop by Daraham for a bit, too.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's kind of a hard to travel there, and the border's closed. Osterus and Rose and Belle are all kind of listening to your explanation of what it is that you're doing currently, and they're all kind of confused as to the way you're behaving. A little bit. They're all trying to be very polite, but...
Is something wrong? I feel like I'm maybe not reading the room right, but you guys seem a little uncomfortable?
Well, no, it's just that you're floating instead of sitting, and you said you don't drink anymore? You don't...
Well, I can.
And that you're going to go to Daraham and then back to Ville today?
Yes.
Huh. Osterus is kind of like, well, Soul, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what has happened, but you never really had these abilities before.
Oh, I've gotten a lot stronger. Been training a lot.
Sure.
I feel like I've really unlocked my inner potential recently. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that's interesting to hear. I'm glad for it. It's a bit much to see all at once, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. So we'll kind of adjust to where they're standing again instead of floating. Sorry. So
Rose will speak up. So what brings you all the way out here? Rose will look kind of confused, and Osterus will nod. Well, that's good to know.
we've made up. I think she's cooled down.
Good. I think then I'll be able to head back home then soon.
Were you gone because of her?
Well, I was giving her space.
I see.
You understand.
Yeah. No, I'm there with you, Dad. I'm there with you. Hey, there might be a fight during the wedding.
You're intending on fighting someone in the wedding?
No. I'm just saying there's a possibility that some people might come after me. I didn't want to worry Mom, but I want you to be prepared.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Honey, you're acting very strange tonight. What's going on?
Been more confident in myself. I don't really feel like I need to explain myself to people anymore. Is that an issue?
Well, I'm just concerned, that's all. This is all sort of out of nowhere.
Look, I just wanted to make sure you were safe and ready for the wedding. By the way, Rosebell, you're definitely invited to my wedding in the Emerald Forest if you want to come.
Oh, I think we can do that. That sounds really lovely.
Awesome! I would love to see you guys there.
Belle
And then just turn back to their dad.
Belle grumbles about having to find something that fits.
I could probably get tailors to make something for you, Belle.
Oh, you don't trouble yourself. It's fine.
But we're family. I totally could. Unless you don't want me to call you that, and then I'll stop talking.
Belle's not sure how to answer that.
Soul just looks at Rose apologetically.
Well, we'll be fine. We'll be there in 2 weeks, okay? You don't need to worry about getting any tailors for us.
Alright. Sounds good.
And Soul will return their attention back to Father.
Thank you for coming all the way to tell me that Solicity's feeling better.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Soul awkwardly stands up, acts like they're hitting dust off their pants. There's no dust. There's not even really pants, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a figment.
Yeah, everything's fake. Well, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. I'll see you later, Daddy.
Yeah, of course. Safe travels.
Thanks. Rose, Belle, it was good seeing you. Hope to see you soon. Love you both.
And Soul turns to walk out.
Rose will give you a nice farewell, and Belle will kind of give you a smile and a grunt and a nod.
Soul just leaves the house, kind of shuts it behind them, and just I think that was the worst interaction I've ever had with my father. How is this even possible? Soul's very frustrated. I think they'll fly into the sky first, just kind of float there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna use their mind to contact Alec first, since they don't want to ruin any sort of mission on accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of go forward with their mind.
It's Soul. Are you busy?
Hey, Soul. How are things?
Oh, awkward. It's a weird day today. How are you?
Oh, doing all right. Just filing paperwork.
Wait, you're not on a mission right now?
I mean, it's really boring here, so,
Does that mean you're... Are you spy missioning right now?
I mean, technically, no.
So, care for a visit?
That would be fine. Can we meet at the statue?
Of course.
All right. Well, I'll see you at the statue then.
Yeah, what time? Like right now? Because I can do that.
Soon, I suppose.
Okay.
I can be at the statue in maybe 15 minutes.
Cool. See you there.
All right, see you soon.
So just whoosh, flying Mach speed, so excited to see their partner.
Mm-hmm. So you appear over the city of Hale, and you see there in the middle of the forum is that enormous statue of Matilda.
So we'll get next to it and kind of look up admiring it.
Mm-hmm.
I still appreciate Matilda's gumption, even though they didn't like the whole threat thing.
Yeah. So a few minutes will pass, and eventually you will see Alec in fresh pressed clothes striding down the street. As soon as he sees you, he has a smile on his face. Ah, wow, look at you.
Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Look
You're
at
looking
you.
good as ever.
Oh, I can be bad sometimes.
Oh, could you?
I could.
You'll have to show me sometime.
I could.
I like this visit more and more.
I missed you.
I miss you constantly.
Really?
Oh, of course.
I don't know, I didn't realize I was on your mind that often.
Often enough.
I like it. Well, I appreciate it. I don't really want you to have to miss me.
Hmm.
Don't worry. A house will be arranged soon enough for you to be cozy and comfy in Presidium.
He's going to lean forward and give you a kiss.
So we'll kiss him back.
Well, I look forward to being closer to you. So, you came all this way to see little old me, huh?
Is that a problem?
Not at all. Just didn't know if there was anything that I could do for you. And, appreciation for your time.
Just want to spend some time with you, Alec.
Well, I'm happy to spend it with you. He offers an arm.
So we'll take it.
He starts walking with you down the streets of Hale.
So, got a Gias on you yet, or?
State secrets and all that. Probably shouldn't go into the details.
Ooh, I could totally figure it out.
Probably could, but don't trouble yourself.
Fine.
I think slowly, as they're walking, Soul of course started with the arm in arm and slowly just leans into him, eventually to have their head on his shoulder while walking.
You get the sense that he's smiling. Well, it's always nice when you visit.
Well, I can do that as much as possible.
I could grow to like that.
Of course not when you're on a mission or busy or something.
Well, I'll always try to make time for you.
Thank you.
You wouldn't happen to be hungry, would you?
Sure.
I'm sorry, that's a fucking lie. And we both know that because they don't need to eat anymore. Just awkward, just sure.
Well, would you like to go back to our wonderful little spot?
Just answers before he even finishes.
Oh, very good memories.
Alright, so he takes you to the east side of town, back to the Seaside Spices.
Spices.
So, upon arrival there, the two of you are seated almost immediately, and you are put actually back on the same table you were, the one that was overlooking the bay.
I'm sure that's because it's Alec.
Oh, yeah.
Soul will just almost nostalgically go over to the rails to look over to the sea.
You feel him walk up behind you. So he puts his hand next to each of your hands on the railing, and is behind you and sort of looming over you, and kind of presses himself into you in sort of just a tender sort of embrace. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Soul will look up at him and smile. Said that last time, but I don't think you were talking about the view last time.
He gives you a smile. Yeah, I suppose I wasn't. Was that a problem?
No, it was very endearing. You know your way with words.
It's all part of the job. He gives you a slight wink.
I must be the best job ever, then.
You've certainly been an interesting assignment, I'll say that.
Oh, am I still an assignment?
At this time you may even be an interest.
Gosh. Wow. That's quite a high order.
Only the most important. He's going to lean in and give you another kiss.
So I'll kiss him back.
It's good to see you're enjoying your newfound freedom and abilities.
I do enjoy the freedom. A lot. It's nice.
I'm certainly enjoying it too. I look forward to you exercising this freedom often.
Can't see it, but if I could have, I would have just shown you my wings right now. Stretched them out all big.
Maybe later, okay? Wouldn't mind seeing that.
Soul kind of blushes. It's actually very complimentary.
So he's going to kind of take your hand and walk back over to the table, sit down. And at this point, the servers have brought over probably something similar, like a sparkling wine, something similar to a champagne, and, some probably raw oysters at this point, been placed down on the table.
If Champagne is technically named after a town in France, right?
Yeah, on Earth, yeah.
What is the equivalent to
Well,
Obador?
I was just going to call it sparkling wine, but...
Oh, okay.
Sparkling wine it is.
Sparkling wine, so it's like, here, have some sparkling wine. So, the raw oysters on the table are nice and chilled, the wine is delicious, and bubbles across your tongue. It ends up being a really wonderful meal.
Even though I don't need to eat?
Of course not, yeah. But you can still taste.
That's true.
And it tastes divine.
You're never wrong. This is an amazing spot in the town.
Only the best for those that I bring.
I'll count myself lucky.
I think I'm the one that's luckier in this situation.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, of course. How many people can claim that they're in a relationship with, well, an angel?
I prefer the phrase godling nowadays.
Just lean back in their chair, hands interlaced, a smirk.
Godling, huh? You'll have to show me what that means later.
Oh, I can. Just promise not to get too scared.
Oh, I look forward to it.
You do promise not to get too scared, right? Like, Soul actually is very concerned.
Yeah, I'm not going to be scared.
Okay, cool. But if it does freak you out, I can always just look like this. Or make variations of whatever works.
Well, I'm not going to be so vain as to think that you need to change your form. I prefer you however you look.
I forget how nice you are sometimes.
I'm just glad you're around. That's all.
You know, I'm honestly not surprised that this all worked out between you and me in the end of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're really kind and sweet, and you were there when I needed someone.
Well, I suppose it's too late for us to run away together.
Yeah, I kind of have a huge tracker on my back right now, so...
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh well, if only you'd taken my advice before, we could have been on some beautiful little island together, sipping delicious drinks and letting the problems of the world fall away.
Well, in another world or timeline, I'm sure we're both having a lot of fun.
Well, that doesn't mean that we can't have fun in this timeline.
Agreed.
He's going to give you another sly smile.
A perfectly relaxed and gentle smile returned by Soul.
So,
Not exactly sure if they understand the subtext on that one.
even with superhuman levels of sense motive.
Oh, they didn't choose to sense motive. They're just having a nice time with their partner.
Yeah. So, he will drink a bit more of the sparkling wine, and you guys will have a lovely little meal by the ocean. At this point, the sun has now dipped to the horizon, and it's becoming kind of dim out. Well, shall we go back to the townhouse, or do you need to rush off to another adventure?
No, I think I'm good for right now. I'll go later.
Unless you want me to leave now.
Oh, not at all. I can think of a few things that we might be able to do.
Go on.
Well, I am interested in seeing these wings you mentioned.
Oh, the wings I can show you at any time. I don't know if I'll fit in your townhouse if I show you everything.
An eyebrow raises. Oh, I am very curious now.
Also, I don't know if Matilda would be comfortable with me doing that in her city.
Well, so what do you suggest we do about it?
Soul has a smirk and kind of leans in the chair a little, their head propped on interlaced hands.
Well, technically, I can fly you anywhere you want.
Well, let's go for a ride then, shall we?
You have to tell me where.
He thinks about it for a moment, and then he describes a hill nearby that has a large tree on it. He said he used to climb that tree as a child.
Sure.
But it's far enough from town that it's pretty secluded.
Soul kind of looks off to the railing and then stands up.
You'll want to be right next to me. Hold on to me as tight as you can, okay?
He follows your instructions.
Soul wrap their arms around him, make them invisible first,
Mm-hmm.
and then fly them away from the balcony
All right.
towards the street that he described.
He holds on, and the two of you fly your way over to an area northeast of town where there's a grassy hill and a large tree near the top of the hill. There's no one else for miles.
Soul will gently float down to the ground, release Alec.
Well, that was certainly something.
It's pretty fast, too.
Certainly was.
Soul starts to step away from him, or at least unless he stops them, they will.
He's gonna let you do what you do.
Keep stepping away just so that they don't crush the tree on accident, pretty much.
Mhm.
It should be good.
So, have you revealed your wings to him yet, or not?
No, not really, since we were invisible before they did it.
Right.
So, what do you want to see first?
Well, all of it, I suppose. What would you like to show me first?
I'll do the wings first.
So we'll just breathe in and release their wings.
How many?
Maybe 2 or 3 sets on their back.
Okay.
There's a lot more than that, and I know it.
Yeah. So these enormous wings will spring forth from your back, and they're all kind of flapping and fluttering independently. They're enormous and majestic looking.
Mm-hmm.
Alec kind of looks over you and just has this big smile on his face. They're really breathtaking.
I'm glad you think that.
May I touch them?
Of course.
Soul will step closer to him.
He steps closer and he moves in and he begins to kind of feel them slightly and sort of trace his hands along them and feel how they meet into your back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to kind of try to give you a bit of a back rub as well, knowing full well what it does, what it used to do. So the question is, does it still do anything to Soul?
It does. I think Soul just thinks of themselves as how they're supposed to be normally when they're at least mostly in that form.
Mm-hmm.
Or majorly in that form, even if there are wings. But I think they can control it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I think their knees will wobble a little, but they'll still stand up. I think they're a little proud of their wings, to be honest.
Alec will give them lots of compliments
There's more than this, but I figured 3 would be good enough for this body.
This body? How interesting. He's going to lean forward, and he's going to give you a deep kiss on the mouth.
Hey, remember the first time I said sorry to you? That was a weird day. So we'll gently touch the side of his face and then start stepping back even further.
All right. Should I stay here, then?
Yeah. I don't want to smush you on accident.
Okay.
Alright. Soul will release their true form.
All right. You elongate out and grow into, what are you now, about 20 so feet long?
That's up to you.
Something around that, I believe.
It's pretty big at this point.
Yeah, you're pretty big at this point. Covered in white feathers. It's a whole thing. Alec will not react in any outwardly overt way. He just kind of stands there and takes it in. Can you hear me up there?
Of course I can. And even if I was, quote-unquote, too far away, we're so well connected I could probably just read your mind.
Well, in that case, go ahead and read my mind.
Okay, I'll read his mind.
He thinks you're the most beautiful thing he's ever seen.
Well, that's just a thought. That's not even him sugarcoating it, is it?
Nope.
Well, Soul begins to glow with an aurora then.
He's going to walk closer to you.
I suppose Soul's head will lean closer to him.
He reaches a hand up and kind of strokes the side of your face and sort of tries to pull you in even closer.
Mm-hmm. I'll just let myself go forward wherever he's directing.
Okay. He's going to attempt to give you a kiss.
Where?
On your mouth. The front of your mouth.
Okay. Wow. He's so sweet. Why is he so nice? It surprises Soul, but I think they're glowing even brighter at this point.
Is this okay? You're not, weirded out about this form, are you?
Oh, I mean, I always anticipate people to think I'm scary or something since I'm so big.
I think I like it.
The glowing just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Just the happier Soul feels.
He's going to lean in and try to kiss you again on the mouth.
I don't think Soul knows how to kiss back in this form.
Exactly.
Just looking at him and smiling. I think they'll put their hands down and perch their head on them.
Is this okay?
Of course. Very sweet. Oh, I suppose this may be new, but apparently when I feel really strong emotions, Soul will lift up one of their larger wings, and there's just tiny auroras just flowing in between the feathers.
You're really breathtaking, you know that?
Thank you.
He runs his hands, at least one hand, over the top of your head, looking into your eye. I knew you were something special the first time I met you.
Well, I mean, I wasn't this yet. I imagine when Soul did that, their wings almost went up in a shrugging motion.
Certainly not. I don't think anyone could have guessed that this is where our paths would have led us. But I'll tell you, I'd have it no other way.
So do I get to count you as my first worshipper? Is that what I get to do?
Oh, you're going to let me worship you,
Oh, of course.
And how does one worship you? He says with a sly raise in his voice.
Their voice just kind of stutters for a moment. Or warbles, I suppose. A wing will slowly start to go over their face. I don't even know if this form can blush. But they're afraid their face would look funny, so they're covering it with a wing.
He's going to lift a few of the feathers. He's going to give you more of a kiss on your forehead. It's all right. All right?
You're just very good at words and make me all embarrassed.
There's no one for miles, by the way. You look around. It's just you and me here. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
The wings slowly move away.
There you are. He's going to kind of move up, and he's going to nestle up to your head.
Yeah.
And he's going to kind of lay in there. I'm assuming, if you lay down, or, if you lay down on the ground, he's going to kind of nestle up next to your head and neck.
I'll put a wing over him.
So at this point, the sun has dipped down below the horizon, and there's twinkling stars in the sky, and there's it's like a nice half moon out tonight. So, I think you're amazing. You know that?
I think you are too. I didn't realize you loved me this much.
I think it takes all kinds, all shapes and sizes. Who am I to judge?
Do you want to see something cool?
What, is this not your true form, and you have an even truer form that you didn't show me yet?
No, this is something I used to do before this all happened. I just think I can do it more efficiently.
Sure.
And so we'll kind of
sit up in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll spread out their wings, and they'll just create a huge aurora in the sky. I could only make a really small one before, but I can do this now.
He's going to lay there, leaning up against you, looking up into the sky as you create a brilliant aurora over the two of you.
Greens, teals, blues, a little bit of pink in there, a little bit of a magenta in there, to be honest. Very soul-looking colors. It's bright and it's gorgeous, and everyone down in Hale can see it.
So, if you look down at him, you can see that he's watching the aurora about half the time and looking at you about half the time.
Soul will smile down at him.
You're really breathtaking.
Slowly, the wings will start to fold back up as they'll kind of lay down next to him again, putting another wing over him once more. I'm gonna be honest, I only really anticipated the 8 to appreciate this form.
Oh. Tell me about that.
Well, it's normal for them to all kind of have a true form like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Glarf, hunting down right now, is this huge, gluttonous, toothy, fat monster. And everyone calls him the Fat, too. Everyone kind of has, like, a code name. It's really interesting.
Okay.
Soul's almost nervous to tell him this.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, a little fear in the back of their head where it's like, you're gonna use this against us and put it in book?
And Zish suggested a name for me, but I don't even think that's official yet.
And that's another one of the 8?
Yeah. They're really cool. He enjoys everything and yet nothing at the same time. She's kind of all over the place.
Okay. So tell me about this friend of yours.
They're really interesting. He's a bit of a tease, but she's actually really, really fun. You know, we spent some time together, and I think they just want me to be comfortable with what I am now.
That's all I want from you, too. I mean, if this is who you are now, you should feel comfortable in your skin, you know? He's going to look at you and just admire you for a little bit.
Soul's gonna smile at him and actually, take a finger, and it's giant next to his head, but kind of brush his hair out of his eyes a little bit.
He gives you a smile. You're incredible.
So we'll take their hands and pick up Alec. Almost put their hand under him so that he could sit.
Oh, like on your hand?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And just bring him forward and do, as gentle as they can, a hug towards themselves with him and their hand.
Okay. In that case, he's going to give you a nice strong hug around the neck. Soul, you are astounding. You're like nothing else I've ever known.
Alec?
Yes, Soul?
If you were told to kill me, would you do it?
What are you talking about? Soul, look at me.
Soul pull him away and look at him. Kind of have him on their hand, almost right next to their face.
He looks you deep in the eye. Soul, I love you.
I love you too.
You have nothing to worry about for me, okay?
Okay. I just know everything here,
And Soul will gesture with their wings.
is important to you.
It's my home. Of course it's important to me.
And your job and your oath you have. If they ordered you to kill me, you wouldn't?
If they ordered me to kill you, I don't even think I'd be able to, okay?
What's that supposed to mean? You could totally kill me. You could kill me by breaking my heart.
I suppose I have broken a lot of hearts in my day, but I'm not sure that it would kill you. I have a feeling you're a bit more resilient than that.
Soul will slowly lead their hand to the ground to set him down. They're trying to be gentle with all the things they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll kind of bring their head back down to the ground, just so it's easier for him.
Soul,
Yes, Alec?
I don't think I could break your heart. That's difficult for me to say, because I think I can break a lot of people's hearts, but not you.
Are you saying you can't, or you won't?
It might be the same thing.
Lick.
You are a feisty one.
Just...
He's gonna go back in for another kiss.
You just make me happy.
I think you do the same for me, as you can tell.
Can't believe I ended up dating a spy. Sounds so outlandish.
I suppose it's true. It's something that all the pretty people who date me have to realize at some point or another, that I'm in fact a dangerous spy.
Ooh, so scary.
Please, please. You're perfectly safe.
Sure. Except
Now
your
that
organization hates mine. Ooh, the scandal.
Are you saying that you're sleeping with the enemy?
No, I don't think the enemy even can sleep with people. But he does love everyone.
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by
sorry,
that. I meant that you were sleeping with me, and if you're in the 8th, then... You know what? Never mind.
Just a wing starts to go over Soul's face again.
Well, I'm more than willing to keep this between you and me.
I don't think they're gonna be upset. I'm dating you. I already was. And Ish knows, like, everything, so... It's not a big deal.
Interesting. Alright.
What?
So, Ish was, watching the two of us just now?
I mean, he could if he wanted to. We're kind of always connected since all of this is technically his power, too.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
Well...
Pretty sure he's seen me and Grow before, and he's definitely seen a dragon before.
Wow. A dragon? I mean, I suppose it makes sense, right?
No, not like that. That was before this happened. It's a
Wouldn't that
stupid
hurt?
story. He has a human form. Did you know that dragons could do that? Weird, right?
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, actually, the gold dragon in the halfling land, Zelnurka, he sometimes goes into a halfling form.
Interesting.
I know, right? He actually was super supportive about how I looked, and he's so kind.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that supports you for him.
And I haven't shown this. I don't know, I feel like that'd be a weird conversation. He's pretty emotion dead. He just wanted to make Karis feel good.
Uh-huh.
I know, this is the dumbest thing ever to say out loud. But I didn't want Karis to get hurt.
I mean, that's your friend that burns everything she touches, right?
Not exactly burns, but like, decays, maybe? Bloodifies?
I see. Bloodifies. What a word.
Hey!
Alright. No, it's fine. I just am a bit concerned now.
Oh, well, I can touch her without getting hurt.
Well, you're also a godling, right?
Yes.
And the wings kind of flare out a little bit in pride.
So, does that make me your first worshipper?
I believe so.
Well, if you ever feel the need to be worshipped again, let me know, okay?
Okay.
I think that I would be very happy to oblige.
I wonder what kind of god I would be if I became one. A full one, you know?
I think you would be... the god of rash decision-making?
Just a side-eye glare. That probably looks pretty vicious from such a large creature.
What? Okay, how about the god of fierce looks?
I can kick you off this hill?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. You'd lose your only follower.
I could...
I guess... Does this make me your high priest?
You, a high priest?
I've never been a high priest before.
I think you're too busy being a spy to be a high priest.
Maybe I could do both. Maybe I could be a spy high priest.
Spy priest?
Yeah, there we go. I'll become a spy priest.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Is a high priest allowed to have sex with their god? I suppose so.
Well, I'm sure there's people who are obsessed with their gods like that. I mean, there's cults for a reason, right? I'm sure one of them's been like, yo, wanna hit that?
Oh, so maybe this is a cult then, and not a proper religion.
No! Soul looks sad.
Oh, don't worry. I can probably try to make it better, he says as he pulls you in for another kiss. Please, O powerful lord.
Soul will shift back into their elven androgynous form.
You're no fun.
Oh, you don't think I'm still powerful like this?
Oh, I'm sure you're just as powerful. But now I can't help but feel like it's a bit of a mask, you know?
Soul will shift back to their true form.
Oh. He's gonna pull you in for another kiss. Thank you.
I mean, you still liked the original me, right?
He gives you a look as if to say, duh.
The wings start flapping more fervishly in embarrassment.
Look, that's who you were then. This is who you are now, right?
I am whoever I want to be.
I understand, but this is your true form, you said, right? This is you. This is the closest representation of you there is. And I want to see as much of this as I can.
Just nuzzles into him with their head.
Okay. I'm glad you like that, he says as he kind of rubs your head with his arms.
So, it's a lot of wings, huh?
It is a lot of wings. May I touch them?
Of course. I think I'm still growing some, to be honest.
Really? You're still growing?
More every time I change back into this.
He's going to climb up onto your back.
Oh.
Soul will turn their head to look back at him.
He's climbing around on your back, admiring your flapping wings and kind of touching each one. So do you consciously do this, or do they just sort of move around on their own?
Well, if I concentrate, and I think all of them will raise up and then flap down for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
They do that, but otherwise it's almost as if it's just natural for them to move on their own.
It's really great.
Did you always naturally look this good?
Sly smile, looking back at him.
Or was it just my feelings towards you that made you look good to me? I wonder.
I'm not sure. Do you think my feelings influenced the way you look now?
I don't know.
Because
think
you look
I
good
look-
to me.
The best out of the rest of the 8, personally.
But you can't tell them that if you do meet them. The wings start to flap a little more, just nervously.
It sounds like it may not be the safest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
So he's going to continue climbing down your back. So he started up at your shoulders, and he's moving down your back to where he's kind of at the base of your tail currently. Very interesting. And these just keep growing. And he's like looking down, and he finds a little tiny pair of wings that just sprouted out of your back. They'd be the size of like little cherub wings currently.
Oh, teeny tiny ones.
They're like fluttering really quickly compared to the other ones. He reaches down and kind of pets them. This is really something special, you know that? He slides off the base of your tail, and I'm assuming you were laying down?
Yes.
Okay. So he now sort of finds himself behind you.
Just slowly shift as if they're standing up to turn around.
Having fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been like a big ass man before, but like, this is just really breathtaking, I gotta say.
You know, I just had to will myself not to hit you with my tail, right?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to hurt your spy priest. You'd have to find a whole new one after that if you broke me.
Yeah, I don't think I could find another spy priest. Maybe a
I
high
mean,
one, but...
Yeah, but I mean, once you had a spy priest, why ever have a high priest, right?
Why go back?
Exactly.
Soul will completely turn around and face him again, prop their chin on their hands, smile at him. It's a very toothy grin.
He's not in the slightest afraid of it.
He's so sweet!
He just leans forward and gives you another kiss in the mouth. He looks at you and just sort of takes you all in, and he's like, this is... I'm at a loss for words. You're incredibly beautiful.
Ooh, that was an interesting thought.
What's that?
No. You probably wouldn't like that thought.
Hey, I'm game. What's going on?
There was just a quick second that I thought, weird as it may sound, that you could, join us.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm about to kill Glarv.
Yeah?
That would mean there's an open spot.
Are you trying to recruit me?
No, I don't know. It was just a thought I said, and I said you might not like it, and...
The wings are just flapping.
I don't know what to say. I mean, what would I have to do?
Give up your humanity, become a godling, fun things.
I see. Bind myself to another being of extreme power?
Yeah.
Well, I've already done that once.
Wait, are you actually considering this?
I mean, wouldn't that mean that I would have to leave Daraham? I love my home and I love the people, and it's my duty to make sure they're safe.
Then I would never ask this of you.
I mean, if it would mean that I would turn against the people of Daraham, I couldn't do it.
I don't know if that's... I don't even know why I'm thinking this.
Soul starts to stand up almost and rotate slightly into a sitting position, leaning themselves against the tree to look up to the sky.
I mean, I get it. If I'm technically aligned with them, that means this world is going to probably end. I don't want it to end, and I don't really know the solution here.
And you think that recruiting me might make it better?
It was just a fantasy.
I think the only fantastical thing here is you.
A wing closer down near Alec will wrap around him, kind of turn their head to look at him.
Sometimes, a lot of times, I've made very bad decisions just on instincts or wants. I wanted to save the world, and, well, here I am.
Well, I think that if anyone can do it, it's you.
They'll move their head down to nuzzle him.
And he'll take the opportunity to hold your head for a second, kind of run it across over your eye, and then pull you in for another kiss.
Just because of the size difference, what does this all feel like to you?
That I'm spending time with an amazing person that I love. How should it feel?
Oh, I didn't know what my...
And Soul kind of put a hand next to what I assume would be their cheek, and kind of scratches it nervously.
I don't exactly know what I, physically feel like,
Well, I could try to describe it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen clouds forming around the base of a mountain?
Yes, I have.
That's how you feel. You feel like soft clouds that are reachable. Someone could just reach up, feel you. And he says this as he runs a hand along your face. You're soft and warm and vibrant and filled with so much life. And none of those qualities changed from when you were before to what you are now. So you're still in a sitting position?
No, I think slowly as he was talking, they kind of laid back down.
Okay.
Like, the head kept level, but the rest of the body just moved down somehow. Like a chicken.
Yeah, like a chicken. You can do that now.
I can do that.
In that case, he's going to answer your statement of I love you with another round of deep kisses.
I think they'll relax, and even though he seems to prefer this, I think they just generally just tend to be their mortal form. So they'll go back to Andros' soul. But
So
still laying on the grass on their belly pretty much.
Yeah, and in that case, he'll pull you into a more of a spooning position if you're going to be sized to him.
Hello.
Hello?
Just saying hi.
We've been together this whole time.
Oh, I know. Just the proportions are a bit more same-ish now.
That doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
I don't think so. I'm so used to being like this. I don't really normally hang out the other way. I feel like it would cause problems.
If it's more representative of you, then I would prefer to see it. So I feel like I prefer the real you.
All of my forms are the real me, Alec. It's just whatever I choose to be in the time.
Gotcha. Well, that's fine.
I just call it a true form because there's no really concentrating of keeping it or anything like that. I guess I think about being it when I am it. Oh, gosh, I guess this is technically confusing in a vocal sense. It's just more feelings when I'm doing it.
I imagine that words sort of fail to explain it properly. It's completely fine.
I have a question.
What's up?
If you could split yourself to do a bunch of things, would you do it?
I could get so much more accomplished. Are you kidding? It would be great.
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
If I did something like that, Would that bug you?
What do you mean? Why would it bug me?
I'm just curious. If I was here and also in another place, would that bother you?
I mean, would you be, distracted or anything?
No.
I don't see why it would matter. The important thing is that we're together.
My mind. Why is he the most understanding fucking person? What is happening?
Okay. I was just curious. So you used to climb this tree, huh?
Oh, a long time ago, yeah.
Think you can still get up there?
I think I can still get it up, yeah.
That is not the question I asked, Alec.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Soul starts to roll out of the hug.
Or at least attempt to.
He lets you go.
Soul's gonna get up and just start to climb the tree.
Alright, give me a climb check.
Okay. Have a failsafe anyway, so no worries.
Yeah. And Alec will supervise.
Let's see. That is a 19 total.
You begin to climb up the tree. Alec will climb up after you. It's a big old tree with wide branches and boughs. So it's very easy to climb, and you can climb up at any point and sit down. The branches are wide enough that they're easy to lounge across.
Soul's gonna try to get as far up as they can.
Alec will follow.
There's ever so slightly a tiny pair of wings just on Soul's lower back almost.
Just kind of ready. I don't think they intentionally are thinking about it, though. It's almost instinctive.
These might be the new little cherub-sized wings.
Yeah. It almost looks like a bow or something.
Yeah.
Alec can see it, but they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Fluttering like a hummingbird, attempting to at least, while they're climbing.
So you eventually make it to as high a point as you can climb up to in the tree. And Alec is about one branch down from you, because the weight of you both wouldn't be supported by the branch that you're on currently, so he's one branch down.
Okay.
But he's looking up at you.
So we'll take their legs, kind of wrap it around the tree, and then hang upside down to look at him closer from the branch they were at.
He's going to lean forward and give you an upside-down kiss.
Spider-Man kiss!
Spider-Man kiss! Are you having fun?
Of course.
Good. And since your hair is probably, hanging down really far...
The braid is, and so is the bangs and everything, but it's a lot more easy to manage while it's hanging since it's mostly in a braid.
In that case, he's going to run his fingers through your hair and give you another kiss. You're going to be okay, right? You're not going to fall out of the tree and hurt yourself?
Oh, if I fell, I wouldn't fall very fast.
Ah, okay. Useful little ability, huh?
Well, it's more like failsafe that's all mental.
Is it exhausting to keep track of everything?
I suppose vocally it is. When I explain things, it gets exhausting, but just being what I am, in a weird way, no. At first, it was really scary.
I imagine it would be. Everything being so new and changing quite a bit.
Biggest changes I've ever had in my life, to be honest.
That makes sense. I don't know many other people that turned into a 20-foot-long godling.
The best godling. Don't tell the others I said.
Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll ever meet the others.
You never know. They do have mortal-looking forms. Could be everywhere, and you never know it.
Well, I think it'd be my business to know it. He gives you a wink.
That's true. It's a good thing you have good tabs on me. Book must be thrilled.
It's true. I'm keeping very, and he gives you a kiss, close, he gives you another kiss, eyes, and he gives you another kiss, on, and another kiss, you.
Soul smiles, and then blinks for a moment, and the gold eye turns back to a normal teal eye, as if they never had the gold eye.
Interesting.
I kind of got so used to the gold eye look, I just kind of instinctively use it. But I know that one always bugged you.
I mean, I think you look fine like this, and I think you look fine in your true form. I like to have honesty between us, you know? I have enough secrets in my life.
Well, I have been very honest with you today, so...
Oh, you certainly have, and I very much appreciate it.
I did tell you right away about Matilda, so... I'm sorry.
It's fine. If there's anything I can do to repay your honesty, let me know.
Oh, just being your partner is enough, Alec. For whoever said you were bad for me, I've gotta disagree.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm a good influence on you?
I don't know if good is the correct word, but you're definitely not a bad influence.
If you say so.
Soul, I think, almost makes themselves weightless.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of unbundles their legs and somehow with their arms kind of turns around and lowers themselves onto the same branch as him. It doesn't move because they're weightless, though.
Gotcha. So you're sitting next to him?
Mm-hmm. Or at least in front of him, if it's a branch, you know.
Yeah.
Either or. I don't know how he's sitting on it.
Supposedly I've excelled at figuring out a lot of my powers. I don't know if Ish is being really nice, or...
Yeah, he loves everyone. He's probably being super nice.
Strange guy, this Ish.
Yeah, well, it's not technically his full name, but, you know.
So he wants to burn the world because he loves everyone?
Well, it's not exactly burning the world, it's more as...
And Soul will actually go into the description by making the egg and giving him the explanation of...
Gotcha. So you tell him the whole plan?
I do. Just two kids sitting in a tree, having an egg conversation.
How very interesting.
I just wish it wasn't this one. That's probably
Yeah,
super selfish. But notably, this world would have ended a long time ago if it wasn't for my grandfather, which apparently was his best friend.
Small world.
Yeah, right?
So what are you going to do next?
Well, I'm going to take down Glorv. He's technically been fired from the group anyways, so I really... Oh, my head. I don't actually want to kill him. And that's terrible, because, you know, I'm supposed to want to protect my world, and he's done a lot of terrible things, and I don't know. He says he's a bad person, but I myself think of me as a bad person, so how different are we, really?
I'm pretty sure you're different. I don't think that you would go around committing atrocities.
You're right. I don't really think I have it in me.
I think you're better than that, and I hope you find another way out of this. So it'd be a real shame if you have to harvest the world, you know?
Well, I already promised Matilda I wouldn't, so...
Oh,
I guess I'm bound.
That solves that then, right? He kind of mockingly dusts his gloves off. Well, his hands off.
Yeah. Soul lean over and put their head on his shoulder.
He puts his head on yours. You feel him softly kiss the top of your head.
All of my best memories are gonna be from this year.
It's good to hear. Glad I made such an impression on you.
No matter what happens, I'll try. Tooth, nail, claw, wing, light. I'll do it all to protect this world.
I already know that. It's the kind of person you are.
I'm very stubborn, you know.
I'd have it no other way. Most stubborn partner I've ever had.
The most? Wow. That's quite a tall order.
It's true.
And what makes me more stubborn than all your other partners, Alec?
Well, once you get an idea in your head, you won't back down from it. Once you've made up your mind, there's no changing it.
Okay, you're not wrong. So did you and Siva actually fight?
Not, really, no. I mean, there were some words, maybe a couple of spells, nothing major.
Wait, a couple of spells?
That's nothing to really be worried about.
Did she throw a fireball at you?
No, look, like I said, it's nothing to be worried about.
Wait,
there might have been a couple of spells. It's okay.
Did you throw a fireball at her?
What?
I'm asking who threw the fireball.
I'm not saying a fireball was thrown. I'm just saying a few spells were cast, but everyone's okay. No permanent damage was done to anyone. And, you know, we all have a bit more understanding of where we are.
Oh, so you left on good terms.
Yeah, something like that.
Just eyeing him.
We certainly left. There were terms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We pretty much got it in one.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna prod your middle. Mm-hmm.
You know, even though I'm in this form technically, I can still make a sky show.
And Soul will open up their palms and create another aurora.
He'll put an arm around you and pull you close. The two of you watch beautiful aurora dancing across the night sky as we pull the camera back and fade to white.
for listening. As always, special thanks to Protagonist for the theme music, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under Keni. Until next time!